Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. So we are working over on Hallow End, my new Halloween themed island, and today we are going to be starting to build up where the villager houses are. So I'm going for a sort of not quite towny, but I am using some town style paths, putting down some Halloween decorations and making levels. So going to have a couple of houses up here, a couple more up on the top layer, and then I will have the shops and the rest of the houses on the first layer down here. And I'm going to be putting down some of the spooky decorations and some different paths that I have got, and I found them on Pinterest and then just searching on Google Images, and quite a few of them are from Colin Crossing, who I will link to as I saw when I was searching. But this is my first time using path designs, so it was certainly different for me to be doing this, but I think it came out looking really good. I'm really happy with the design and how everything looks. As I said, I've not used path designs before, so I'm really pleased to be using them finally. So I'm using this brick pathing, and then I also use some with autumn leaves on them as well. To sort of match the theme of, it's autumn, and although as you can see, my island, the trees haven't changed colour yet. I think it's quite late into the months that the trees do change colour. I think it's towards the end of October to November that the trees change colour and the grass change colour in the game. But yeah, this is a stone path. I think everyone's so clever with making these designs. They look so good, and I wouldn't know how to do this myself, so I'm very impressed. So I've got this road design as well with the leaves on it that I will be using. And so what I did was I mimicked like a road leading up to the houses, and I haven't found them yet, but I might put down a couple of cars if I do come across them, just to go with the theme of the road. But so basing this very much off of the UK, there are areas of the UK where you have houses very close to the road, so you will have the house, pavement, and then road, which was kind of the design I went with this. It's not everywhere, and it's not all houses, which is why I'm trying to do different bits. And I think that when I come to do the top layer, I think I might make it slightly less roady up there. The only thing I would say is I wish you could put the designs on the ramps, on the slopes, because I did try and realise you couldn't put them down, which was quite disappointing, but we work with it as always. I'm trying to keep it consistent with the pathing. So here I put the ones with the ledge, and this is because this is where I'll be putting things, so I'm trying to line it up, like houses and stuff will go down. And the dirt path that I put down was simply to lay out where I wanted things to go, so I had a rough idea in my head when I came to put things down. And as you can see, kicking the design away, I do this way too often. Luckily I don't think I'm the only one, but it's so annoying when you're doing it well and then you're like, oh, okay, I did it wrong. So you're going to put down the stone that I got rid of, and then I start putting down some of the yellow marked design, so to say this is where we're going, and but just in case people don't know. Obviously it's not big enough to be an actual road, but villagers can walk along it. But I thought it was a really neat design, and I'm really happy with how it ends up looking. As you can see here, I didn't go far enough along because I was trying to meet up with the path, so I end up just putting one down, and as you can see here, I'm trying to see if I can put it down on the slope, which you can't. I wish you could, but there you go, there's that little bit. This took me an hour and a half to do all in, because I was just fumbling around trying to work out how to place everything down. And again, as I said, I've not worked with these town designs, and I would definitely say that there are people out there that have much nicer looking ones than I do, but I'm still proud, you know, I'm getting there, and it's nice to be working on a new island as well. And nice to be doing different designs, and especially a Halloweeny one, you know, with that time of year and being my favourite time of year. So how this looks now is not how it will look when we're done, because I do end up changing around what I'm doing, and I end up putting different pathing down, changing my mind a lot, and don't use every design that I've got here just yet. And I might also come back more towards the end of the build anyway. I'll come back to put fencing down when I've finished doing the top and bottom layer of the houses. Just once I've got all of that settled and know where each house is going, then I can come in and put fencing down. I don't want to do all of that yet and then just not have enough space. But I am really happy with how this comes out in the end, and I do end up using some of the spooky decorations. And as you can see here, put in the edge, the slope edge next to the houses, so it's like they're stepping up to the house. And I am leaving some greenery around. I wanted there to be some of it so that when the weather does change, you know, it's a bit consistent with there being some grass, because again, I am basing this on areas that I've been in or lived in here in the UK, and you know, we have quite a few areas that have grass, and a lot of houses will have greenery, if not around the house, then quite near the house. And here was me realising that putting the design on top of the dirt design means the path isn't as big, so I had to couldn't figure out what I was doing, so went and put this design down, and then tried again and realised it's not working. So you're gonna have to wait for me here, because I'm getting confused. I'm like, what is going on? And then I realise, oh, it's because of the dirt path. So I've got to remember that the dirt path down, it means the design is going to be smaller. So get rid of the dirt path and then put things down, and then it works better. So, yes, but I end up using this circular mossy rock design because I was trying to mimic sort of a drain area, and I do end up actually moving it, and I don't end up having it here, and I end up removing the drain part as well. I end up moving, as you can see here, put it down, but it ends up looking like a window, and so I didn't really like how it looked, so I do change it, and I actually end up moving it as well. But yeah, there was me putting it down, thinking about it, and this is why it took me so long to do this build, because I was just looking at things and thinking, well, does that go there? Is that bad? ever the issues I have. But yeah, just putting the path down, go around the back of the house, trying to keep it consistent, and trying to use the right code as well, because obviously the paths go together and they have different, so you've got the left, the right, the middle, and have them meet up. And I don't think I did too badly, but as you can see, you know, going really up close to the cliff sides, you have got a lot of green spaces that do sort of look and ended up looking a bit weird to me, so I don't know if maybe I'm going to change that. We shall see. Here's me removing the dirt path to get it out of the way so I can start building. But I got quite a few designs now. I ended up spending an hour just going through Pinterest, looking at the different codes, different road designs, and trying to pick. Again, as I said, I've not done a town build before, so I was trying to work out where to place everything and what ones would work best. Excuse me, I'm yawning a lot today. I'm very tired. It is rainy day today, so that's quite nice, but Wednesday, almost the end of the week. We're getting there, everyone, don't worry. Yep. There's not a lot to say, is there? It's just putting more road down. And I end up leaving some of this path edging with the greenery in between, as it kind of looks like the grass has started coming out and overgrowing a bit. And then putting down some of the leaves, just so it looks, a little bit like, oh, leaves have fallen here and they haven't quite been moved. And I thought that looked really nice, to be honest. And as I said, I might end up putting a couple of cars down on the road markings, so it's a bit more consistent, a bit more built up. It was me putting more of these stone slabs down and using them as sort of a pavement next to the road, because obviously you're not going to walk on the road. My brilliant thinking. But I am really happy with how this came out, and I am excited to see it all built up and done at the end. Honestly, as I said, people are so clever with these designs. I could never, so I'm always very impressed. Adding more pavement here. So as you can see, the road is extremely narrow, and realistically it would not look like that, would it? But we go on. And this square in the middle ends up having a well and some of the pumpkin towers, and then I end up putting some of the trees down as well. So there are some trees, because I didn't want it to be nothing there, and keep it consistent, because down on the bottom level I will have a lot more trees there. And I'm thinking the bottom area, my plan is to put the rest of the houses down there, and also move the shops there, because they're over on the far right side of my island. So I'm going to move them over, and then it can be a town leading up to the houses, and then the right side of my island can be more of the naturey aspect, like I'm going to put a forest in. I think I haven't completely planned everything out. I am very much doing it as I go. But we go with it. Adding some of these corners down, and then adding in, and I'm thinking with the top layer I'm going to put down Rodeo's house up there, and because he kind of looks a bit like a vicar, like a demonic vicar, I'm going to make his house look a bit like a maybe like a cathedral, is my thinking, with getting some of the stone walls. We shall see how that goes, but that is the plan. And as you can see here, as I said, I'm decided to get rid of that circular pattern. I end up trying to put it down and then realise it's just not going to work. It's not going to look good here. So I end up changing where I put it, and I move it over. And adding more of this brown stone path, which is just so pretty, and it works really, really well with the road path that I've got, I think, anyway. I was trying to work out which one to put down. It's always one of the things I do have is I do struggle with putting things down to make it in a consistent manner. So what I did here was I decided to mimic how I had it up at the top with the corner, and that's what I ended up doing there. And and then wind the path around a little bit to where I'm going to put the upper level ramp in. And I'm not sure which ramp design. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same ramp design that I've got here. It might be a different one, or it might be the same one. We shall see. Partly chose that ramp design because it was the cheapest one, so it was the quickest one to get paid off to go with this video, because the problem I've had with starting this video is I started the island, and this is only my second island, so I do not have a lot of experience with building islands, and we only have 31 days in October, and there was me thinking I could get it all done in time, and I'm clearly not going to be able to, but we'll see how much we get done. I will say now, I'm not going to be doing a Christmas island. I did think about it, but I don't think I will be. I think I'll just keep working on this one, and then maybe do some Christmas themed indoor interior designs over on my other island for my island villagers. Yeah, that's my thinking anyway. We shall see. So this is going to have some trees and some trees. Is this where the trees go? Yes, trees go here. I'm trying to remember what I put down. And because I didn't want to have just nothing. I wanted there to be greenery, I wanted there to be trees, because otherwise it just doesn't look very consistent if you have none here, and then either on the top level or the bottom level you suddenly have lots of them. It just doesn't end up working. I wanted to put down the arched path, and then I realised it just was too small to match up, so I ended up changing my mind, and this is how I end up putting down these corners, and so it sort of rounds it out a bit, and I thought it ended up looking really nice doing this as well, because it borders the grass, so it's quite nice. I did think about putting this stone path down here, and I tried it here and realised I just don't like how it looks, so I get rid of it. But I like that it's a sort of little bordered corner area there, and I end up putting trees down, and I had to pop back to my house just to get some bits, but here we go, putting the trees down, and I picked up some pumpkins as well to put down, and here's me trying to make sure that I had enough space in between, didn't want it to be crowded. And then I'm going to put some pumpkins in as well, just to keep with the Halloween theme. So I was thinking, pumpkin patches, and honestly I really like how it looks with the corners added onto that pathing there, so I ended up doing much of the same over here. And I will say, originally there was going to be another house up on this section, but I changed my mind and decided I didn't want to put another one in. So I ended up doing this section where I put down trees, some of the spooky towers, and a well as well, one of the simple wells I end up using. And again, I really like how this cornered off design looks. I think it works really well because it sort of brings it in a little bit. It's sort of a diamond shape, so it's a sort of a unique shape, so it makes it a bit more interesting. And here was me making sure they were in the right space, and then grabbing a couple of trees because I didn't have any more on me, which is funny because I normally have loads of trees in my pockets. But grabbing a couple more, popping them down, and I just think it would be really nice characters walking out their house, and then they've got these trees outside to look at, and then the spooky well. The well, I chose this well design because I was basing it off of the ring, with that the well in the ring looks quite similar to this one. I had to pop back to my house again to grab more stuff because my planning skills are terrible and I never have enough with me. But I'm really happy with how this came out, as I said, and I'm excited to work on more of it, as it's going to take me ages, but it's fine. So I'm going to bring these a bit more forward so it's not too crowded, and then I end up putting a spooky lantern in the middle as well. And we are almost at the end of the video now, so I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you've got any thoughts or just want to leave a comment, just drop it down below. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. So enjoy the rest of your week, enjoy the weekend, and bye for now.